Edward Soldier here, and I'm back to talk about The Bad Batch Season 1, Episode 13, and my thoughts on this episode. First thoughts: boring, pointless, what a waste of time. I know we have to have filler episodes, but in the Clone Wars, the filler episodes were either exciting or interesting. What the fuck is this? It's got to be the worst episode I've seen so far. It really does it has to be, because there's just nothing here, and I just don't care about anybody in this episode. Not even the Bad Batch. Nothing really happened. We learn about caves on the city, but who cares? Then we know about some creature down there. Who cares? Some random bad guy appears. Who cares? There's nothing in this episode that's remotely interesting. Not even the bad guy in this episode is fucking interesting. I mean, what a waste of time. I'm just gonna go into the spoilers now. But Jesus, the hell is this? I have never been so bored of an episode in a long time. This is bloody hell. Lucasfilm. What am I saying? I was gonna say you sort this out, but they got more problems than just bad episodes. Anyway, I'm going to get into non-spoilers now, so if you don't want to hear non-spoilers, 3, 2, 1. What the fuck? So apparently the Bad Batch were sent on a mission by Sid, again, because they haven't done this like 100 times. Apparently the last mission they were on, they were surrounded by Gundarks. They make a, let's not do that mission again, blah, blah, blah. The old shtick from fucking the Bad Batch going on a mission and end up being in a massive fight with something that we didn't see. By the way, that seemed a lot more interesting than what happens in this entire fucking episode. They get back to Sid's bar. Turns out some random gang has just taken it from Sid. Okay, one. How the fuck is this not happening to Sid like on a daily basis? If she is that easy to take over, why the hell does she have a shop? I mean, why the fuck does she have a bar? Why the hell is she just not getting taken over every fucking day? And if she isn't, how has she not stopped this? I mean, is there no authority she can speak to? Is she just going to allow this to happen? I mean, I just need to get the point of taking over the bar. Why didn't you make this story about the Bad Batch being sent by Sid to go for a spice shipment, and the Pikes are the ones who've hired the Bad Batch? That would have been interesting. Say the Pikes have lost a shipment to the Empire, and they need them to go on to a... They need them to sneak on a new ship. This could have been a good time to reveal Star Destroyers, the ones we recognise from the Empire days. It would have been interesting to see that type of story. A heist to get the drugs, basically. Not some boring fucking, steal the spice, hide it from the Pikes. We've seen this episode before, by the way. We saw it in the Clone Wars with the two sisters. Steal spice, and then we got to deal with the Pikes. Why is it always with a spice episode? It's the Pikes. It's getting boring. But god damn it, there's nothing here to watch. There's nothing here. It was just the Bad Batch go to the bar. They talk to the flipping idiot in charge. He offers them a deal. The Bad Batch say no. They head out. Sid finds them, tells them her plan's basically to steal the spice. So when the Pikes arrive, because apparently the Pikes are going to arrive for the spice, they get pissed off at the bad guy in charge, and he'll get killed, but still get a bar back. I mean, it was just boring. And then some random story about this city they're in is over some sort of fucking weird cave where there's a shitload of bugs. And then Sid's plans go under the bar, steal the spice, get out. Unfortunately, when they steal the spice, Sid's big plan to distract them is basically getting those two morons that are in a bar most of the time to steal the guy's dog. That was her plan. And then that gets fucked up because you don't know how to keep a caged animal quiet. I mean, what the fuck? Anyway, I'm sorry, this entire episode just seems pointless. And a waste of fucking time watching. Anyway, where was it? Yeah, so Sid's plans basically to steal the spice. She goes down the caves, they get into the back of the bar, steal the spice. Unfortunately, the gang figures out what's happening, gives chase, wakes up these creatures and bugs. The creatures pretty much kill most of the gangsters, minions. Bad Batch escape, but they drop the spice off. They head back to the bar where the Pikes have pretty much taken it over and killed most of this gangster's men. And then the Pikes literally tell the Bad Batch, yeah, you have to go get our spice back. And then the end of the episode is pretty much them getting their spice back, giving it to the Pikes. And the Pikes then look like they're about to kill this gangster guy. And Omega stands up for him and says, oh, don't kill him. But it turns out they're not going to kill this guy, they're going to take his horn off his head. And then that's the end of the episode. Well, oh no, then he just says, I'm going to go home, and I don't fucking know. This episode was fucking pointless. It was fucking boring. There is nothing here. This has to be the worst episode I've seen. There's nothing here. No character development, no interesting plot. It was just so fucking boring. And I'm getting sick of episodes like this. You know, when George Lucas was at Star Wars, when you watch the Clone Wars, every episode was fucking interesting. Maybe not as interesting as each other. I mean, the Padme episodes about the Senate, they weren't fucking amazing episodes, but they were fucking interesting. Like the assassination of one of the senators, of one of Padme's closest advisors, and probably one of her mentors. Not an interesting episode, but it was a great kind of plot and kind of, Sherlock Holmes kind of episodes. Or an episode like Ahsoka, boyfriend comes to start some shit with Dooku and accuse him of killing his mother, which was true. That's a filler episode. But then we see, like, the Mandalorians in this episode. We see what they're doing. Again, it's just interesting episodes. Again, not massively important to the plot of the series, but interesting enough to keep you, interested. These episodes are not from the Bad Batch. Most of these filler episodes just seem pointless and are just not interesting. And that's because they've taken the Bad Batch out of the fucking action and just made them some fucking mercenaries for hire, and nobody's really hiring them. It's just Sid sending them on fucking shit missions. God. This episode is pointless. I'm just fucking annoyed right now. They need to sort this shit out, but they won't. But yeah, that's my review. It's a dumb episode. I'm really annoyed with it. If I had point system, I'd give this a 0. There's nothing here for me to care about. There's nothing here for me to watch again. And after we come off of this episode from last week that did seem important to get to this, what a waste of time. Dumb episode, What? I'm not watching again. Well, that's my review. If you like this review, give it a like. If you dislike this review, give it a dislike. And do subscribe if you like my content. Hail the Phantom Menace, long live CG, and fuck SJWs. Bye.